everyone, it's Jess. I know it's been way too long since my last video and I'm super sorry about that, but now I'm back. And so during my time away, I really took a step back and I was trying to determine what I could bring to the RoPets community that would be fun, useful, and honestly, that hasn't been done yet. And I have to say, we have a group of amazing RoPets influencers that cover everything from hatching videos, training videos, event and update coverage, as well as so much more incredible content. And as far as building, we've seen some building contests, showcases, and even a few speed builds. But what really inspired me was one of the petling tasks from RoPets' recent update to go visit 6 players' houses. And I was so excited to see this because I love to see how people decorate and what they build. But as I was going from one house to the next, I was finding so many beautifully colored exterior homes that were completely untouched or barely started on the inside. And it made me remember so many times that I've heard people say, I could never do that. I can decorate, but I have no idea how to actually build or where to start. So I've decided to try and help you all find that place to start. And I truly hope that this will open up a brand new aspect of enjoyment in this game and in others in which you can build. So, this video will be the first of a new series of videos that is aimed at trying to assist those that are brand new to building. We're going to start with the very basics at first, and then we can branch out from there. So let's get started. Okay, so this is my current house, but what we're going to do is we're going to change the floor plan. We go into design, which is that button on the right, that blue button with the house that's right next to the exit button on the right side of your screen. Then we're going to go ahead and hit new design. My new designs are full, so I need to buy an additional slot. But what we're going to do is make sure that slot is highlighted, change the floor plan to blank, and then hit switch to on the bottom green button. And here you are. You have a blank floor plan, and it is absolutely ginormous. Let's take a look. You have so much room to build. Now, you're going to look at this space and, at first I was even a little intimidated at first. So don't be scared. I'm going to use the emotion that they added to this game of scared, but be brave. There you go. And it takes practice. So all you have to do is be patient and just practice. So we're going to start out with basics, just using a simple shape, the block, and we're going to build some walls, some stairs, and kind of a second floor loft. We're going to show you the very basics of how to do this, how to line things up, and maybe overcome some errors that you might come across along the way, which I have had plenty of. Okay, so the first thing we do, we go into decor, which is up on kitty corner of the top left of exit, and this brings up this menu. You hit decor in the bottom left, and all the way those green tabs on the right, the second one in from the right is, yes, the squares. You're going to hit that first one, which is a block. Okay, and it's going to show up wherever you point it. Now, you can move it around, and it can glitch into that back wall there, but what you're going to do is you're going to follow the grid on the floor. And if you see the blue outlines on the side of the block, you're going to want to match those up, and this is very important for anything else that we see in this video. Make this into a wall. You're going to hit that bottom left of those 4 buttons that has the arrow. It's the resize button. So hit that, and you have all these balls that pop up of different colors. You can play around and move these balls in and out. It's going to change the size and the shape of whatever piece you're using. In this case, we're building walls, so you're going to want to go up with this one. Now, a lot of the times you're going to have to switch your camera angle, and it's important to hit that resize done button before you go ahead and change that camera angle, because it could move your piece. So once you do that and you move your camera angle, you can hit that again, and you can bring it up as high as you want. You can always hit resize done, adjust your camera angle again, and then move it out as far as you want with the blue, out with the other blue. You can pull it out with the red to make it thicker, but we're not going to do that at this time. Green makes it go up. Okay, so then you're really going to try to figure out how big you want this room and how big you want this wall. So just play around with it at first. But we got our wall here, so we're going to just actually duplicate this wall. And if you look to the second button in from the left, there is that plus sign. You hit that, and you literally have the exact same wall. So you're going to just move it around, and you can, don't worry if it sinks into the floor. You can rotate it. Play around with it. See that circle of arrows? That's how you rotate that. And you can line it up again with the grid, very important, with your other wall, and make that side wall there. Now, if you go on the other side here, and it's important, see how that's not lined up. You want to get that blue line right flush again. You may have to walk around, change camera angles, but again, it should be really relaxing. There's no rush to build these things. Now, there is a paint button as well. So now we're going to highlight that back wall, okay, and pick the paint palette down on the bottom right, and all these colors come up. So, you know, let's choose the bluish purple there. Okay, so let's just paint the other one same color as well. We'll just do it for consistency. But you can also duplicate the wall like I showed you before. In this case, it'll also duplicate the color. Again, with that little square next to the arrow with a plus sign in it. That's the duplicate button. So we're just going to turn this around and make it that third wall there. We're not going to make a fourth wall at this time, but we're just going to line this third wall up again. Make sure that blue line is to the back. Oh, see, sometimes I can go out. So let's highlight this again. Just make sure you click on it. Edit mode. Okay. Highlight it again. And see that blue line is right up next to that. So if you look at the grid, they're right in the middle there of those squares, so they're even. So now, hey, you want to make a second floor. We're going to start with some stairs. Now, stairs really aren't all that difficult. You're going to still start with that same square block. So again, you're going to go into decor, go over to those shapes over there, pick the first one, the block, and then you're going to kind of move it. Let's just put the stairs here. You're going to flatten it, okay? So again, resize, push the green one down, and usually I use the smallest one because I hate stairs to where our avatar just jumps up the whole way. We want to make sure we're on a walking. See, if I step up like that, it's comfortable, it's not jumpy. But we're also going to make it thick enough to where they can stack halfway through. So we're going to extend it out and make sure it's about that depth. And we can also, again, we can paint it. I'll make it white. And we can duplicate it. So hit that duplicate button. There you go. And just pull it over with that cross button. And we're going to stack it halfway on top. Oh, all right. Let's duplicate it again. And stick it halfway on top there. And then you have that stair going up. And check it again. Make sure it's fluid. There you go. See, your avatar can go comfortably up and down without that skipping motion. That's why I have it as thin as I do. So we're just going to keep duplicating it and putting it halfway through that depth. And of course, you can make them as deep or shallow as you want. Duplicate, duplicate, duplicate. Hit it all the way up. They'll stay on top of themselves. So we're gonna keep adding more all the way up to the wall. Now I'm gonna show you something. You're wondering, how far away do I get it so that it evens up? Now, first you could also adjust the wall, but if you don't want to do that, see this top step doesn't fit. It doesn't quite go in. Don't fret, don't take it apart. What you're gonna do is actually go down to that bottom step. Again, use this grid. See how it glitches over there? That's not what you want. You want it to be flush with that blue line. You're gonna pull it out. Pull it out just a little bit and see how it works before you pull it out too far. And you can just go all the way up. You don't have to take it down exactly from the top down. You can adjust it if it goes sideways. And then keep going all the way up. Take your time. Again, there's absolutely no rush with this. Here, one more, and there. Pull it out so it doesn't glitch, and double check it. There you go, we're good. And there you have your top step. So from here, where do you go? How do you make that second story? Okay, that top step, we're gonna use that right there. What we're gonna do is go back into decor, resize it, and just pull it all the way across. Again, resize done. Change your camera angle, resize again, pull it all the way to that back wall, and then you're gonna stop, and later I'll tell you why. But go up here to the top, make sure that white goes all the way to the end there, which it does, and then we're gonna go down here and duplicate this bottom step and bring it over to that existing wall. Now here's where a lot of frustration can come into play because it doesn't quite line up sometimes. It lines up here, but that's because we're putting it flush against that back wall. Sometimes you'll put it flush against here, and if you look, it doesn't match up. No matter if you bring it up or you bring it down, don't be afraid to put it on the adjacent surface. Most of the time, that's what will work. So this doesn't work. We're gonna bring it over here and look underneath, turn your camera angle, and that blue line, again, is gonna be flush, and it can even glitch in a little. And all you have to do then is push it down, and you're gonna resize it, and it lines up. So to get a different angle, I'm gonna go back up on top here, make sure that piece lines up pretty much in every direction. You're gonna wanna make sure it's flush. Okay, so then we're gonna hit the resize button again here and pull that red one all the way across and pull the green one out. As far as you need it, whatever size you decide you wanna make that second floor or that overhang loft. In this case, it's gonna be a loft, but we're gonna pull it all the way over to that other side. Make sure you go around the edge again. See how it's glitched and it kind of looks All you have to do is resize it again. You have that red little dot. You pull it back and make sure that blue line matches up and is flush against that wall there. And there's no glitch, see? Okay. So then here we go. We got our second floor. In this case, it's a loft. But now I'm going to explain why I didn't take that top step and actually extend it out as the second floor. See, if I did that and I pulled that green button, the blue button forward. Hang on, let me resize it again. Pull that blue button forward. I'm going to go upstairs and I can't get up. So that's why we had to add that other brick over there and then pull it outwards. So let's just push that back. Okay, and I'm gonna extend this second floor loft over to the staircase so, nobody just falls down. I could have made that platform, I think, a little bit further out because then we're just walking into the wall up to the second loft. But I'll do that probably in the next video. I'll show you the fix to that. But again, you're just gonna pull the stairs further away from the bottom. And then you can extend that top. But again, we'll get to that next time. Now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna build that back wall. And say you wanna make it a different color. What you're gonna do is take a brand new block, put it down, and again, find that side. Play around with surfaces. See, I'm pushing it against the back. Or I can move it down and I can push it against the bottom. But right now, it doesn't quite match. Do you see? Even though it's a little floating. But if I see that, if you look at that, it doesn't quite match. But then I put it against the bottom. And like I said, just move it around. And again, you can play with the size. And now I'm going to put it down against there and move it back and keep playing with it. Turn it. Put it on every side. Put it on the floor. Put it on the edge of the wall. Put it on the back wall. There is going to be one that fits. And so I made it skinnier. I'm going to bring that wall down a bit. And then I'm going to move this. And again, you may have to redo it. But no, see how it fits? And it may need to glitch into that wall, which is fine with this wall because you're not going to see it outside. So in this case, I'm just going to pull it across to that edge. Again, the blue line lines up. And then change the camera angle, pull it over to that edge. And then we're going to make the wall by, of course, backing up and resizing and pulling up on that green ball. And there you have your back wall. And we're going to paint it a different color, which is why I added a separate block. I'm going to probably change it to a dark blue so it kind of meshes with the surrounding walls. And say I want to keep the other walls the same color. I'm just going to resize those, pull up the green, and use the existing wall from downstairs to use for the side walls. Now, you gotta be a little careful on here. Change the camera angle. It will line up because it's exactly what it was lower, like this side. So we're gonna raise this one as well. Again, don't be afraid to go slow and careful. If you overdo it, you can just always resize again and bring it back down. Now, if for some reason you mess up and you take that wall and say you move it with the arrows by accident, you move it way over here. All right, don't freak out. Don't freak out, just go downstairs, line it up like you did at the very beginning before the second floor. All right, so we're gonna highlight that wall and bring it back over here, push it right against the other walls, and it can go and glitch, but you're gonna pull it back out, and again, line up that blue line. I know I sound tedious, but it's important. And double check, make sure everything's set, everything's good, nothing's glitching. I'm gonna pull it out a little bit more and get it to that halfway mark on the grid. Oh, see? And the other side did the same thing. For some reason, it may do that. Again, don't freak out. Sometimes it can get actually immensely frustrating. We're gonna do the same thing and line it up with the floor just like we did the first time. And the only advice I can give is to never give up. Never undo what you've done. If there's a mistake, I get frustrated too. I can't do it. I can't get it to line up. I want to undo everything and start over, and that is terrible. Don't ever do that because you're going to regret it. Just walk away, come back with play another game, do some pet needs, do whatever you need to do. When you come back, you're probably going to see it with a fresh new pair of eyes and know how to fix your mistake, and then all that time isn't wasted. So see, all I had to do was line it up again. Again, be very careful to raise that wall. Click on something else or resize done. Do the same on this side. Careful, because if you don't press literally or click on that green button, it can move it up because it's attached to that wall. So I'm gonna make sure it's slow and careful this time. Hit resize done and go downstairs and check probably that everything's lined up. So let's do that. Okay. Again, I'm no expert. Now, if you decide you want to lower the wall from this, it may not always work, and I'll tell you why. There is no sixth point here. There's no way to bring it down. but that's okay. Again, instead of reshaping it, all you have to do is pull it down to the floor and start over and do it again. And again, this takes a lot of time and it takes a lot of practice, and I'm honestly not making these mistakes on purpose. Most of them anyway. And it's supposed to be fun. Again, there's no rush. So just, don't get frustrated. All right, and this should do it. And click off of that cube. Wait till those blue highlights go away, or it may continue to move it. And here we have the loft with the stairs. Again, I'm probably going to bring that top of the stairs platform out a little bit more, move the stairs over to the left a little bit, but I'll do that and show you the fix on the next video, and it's really, really simple. But for now, that's it for episode 1. Again, very basic, but I hope, some of you got some useful tips. And if you ever see me in game and have any questions or need assistance with your own build or how to even practice, please don't hesitate to ask. I literally would love to help. In fact, I'll be keeping this blank space with this example up so you can see it in game if you so choose. But I'd like any future content kind of based on suggestions you'd like to have help on building, and I will definitely do my best to try, whether it be a pool table, waterfall, some trees, pretty much anything I'll try. So drop those suggestions below. And if you know anyone else that would get something from this video, any shares are greatly appreciated. And make sure you like this video, subscribe, and turn those notifications on if you decide you want to see that next video, which will be a little bit more advanced. I do still plan on doing my speed build videos and showcasing a lot of your builds. So again, if you're interested, you can find me on Twitter at JessBlocksYT. Or if you don't have Twitter, you can comment below, and I do read every comment. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.